What's up, Kai? Man, first of all, thank you for all the support that you've shown me online. It's absolutely incredible. I'm really, really grateful. You've been an amazing connector. It's absolutely incredible. And I'm sorry that this has taken me so long to get to you, but here we go. All right, the book that I'm reviewing is Carol Dweck's seminal work, Mindset. I really believe that Mindset is the single most important book in the English language. Now, the reason I believe that is I think that most people are stuck in the matrix. And what I mean by that is people have a mindset that limits them, and they don't realize that that mindset is a complete fabrication. They have made it up entirely based on their experiences in the world, things people have told them, beliefs that they have, and they've constructed a mindset that doesn't set them free, empower them, and push them forward, but instead holds them back and diminishes them in their sense of self. And reading Carol's book, she really sums up exactly what's happening psychologically, and it's that people have a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. Now, to really understand what that means, you have to understand the psychological immune system. The psychological immune system is tied to everybody's desire to feel good. We all have a desire to feel good. We want to feel amazing, and we will go through the craziest mental gyrations in order to make sure that we feel good about ourselves. In fact, when people no longer believe they could ever feel good about themselves again, what do? They commit suicide. And to be honest, if they were right, that's a pretty reasonable response. If you thought you will never experience anything else in your life again except misery, what would be the point? The problem is that they're wrong. And what happens is people begin to believe false things over time. Those false beliefs begin to accumulate, and they are almost always negative false beliefs. So you've got to get people to realize that you are literally constructing your reality, and you have to be very, very careful what you construct your reality around. So Carol's book points out that people believe, when they have a fixed mindset, they believe that their talents and intelligence are fixed at birth. Now, when you couple that with the psychological immune system, you can see how this goes wrong. They need to feel good about themselves. They believe that they're only as smart as they're ever going to be, and anything that they encounter that proves that they're not smart enough for whatever, then they're going to retreat from that. They're going to back away. They're going to try to put themselves in situations not where they can grow, because they don't believe in growth. They're instead going to put themselves in a situation where they can prove that they're the smartest person so that they can feel good. The psychological immune system kicks in, and when they're feeling badly about themselves, look, that guy was dumb, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And they find themselves fighting for bad ideas simply because they're their idea. Because if they're right, then that means that they're smart. And if they're right and they're smart, they can feel good. That's a fixed mindset. It forces you to seek out situations where you're right, where you're the smartest, where you're not challenged. And there's actually amazing studies that Carol talks about in her book where kids that have a fixed mindset, when given the opportunity to take a test where it will be a stretch test for them, it will be difficult, but that they'll have an opportunity to learn, or take an easy test or even the same test over again, they'll take the easy test like some massive 85, 90% of the time. Because they want a certain feeling. They want to take that test that's going to make them feel smart, it's going to make them feel good, and that's the environment that they want to live in. But a kid with a growth mindset, on the other hand, when they encounter a test that's difficult, they actually get excited. It challenges them, and they recognize that in the challenge is the opportunity to improve. Because a person with a growth mindset does not believe that their talents and intelligence are fixed. They believe they're completely malleable. And that difference is the thesis of her book. It is why her book is so critical, because most people, I'm saying a fixed mindset, people that have that, it's got to be 98% or more. And if you look at it on a scale, it's got to be close to 100% of people that display some amount of a fixed mindset at some point in their daily thinking. So if you believe, wow, man, I just want to avoid any opportunity to grow, you can see how in life, to accomplish goals, the reality is virtually nobody is today who they need to be in order to accomplish a future goal. If they were, they would have already accomplished it. So when you set this goal, this future, this thing you want to create, build a business, be a better parent, whatever the case may be, the thing that stands between you and that is a gap in skill set. And you've got to acquire the skills relentlessly in order to get to that. But if you have a fixed mindset, you actually don't think you can do that. So she's trying to get people to understand that that's absolutely false, that all of us can change. I mean, just look at neuroplasticity. Your brain literally will change as you learn new skills. It will actually rewire itself. So the power of the book is in showing people that you limit what you're able to do with your life when you believe that your talents and intelligence are fixed. It's like the famous quote, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. And people with a fixed mindset think they can't. But people with a fixed mindset actually seek out growth opportunities. They seek out challenge. They seek out acquiring new skills. They're not afraid to admit when they're wrong because they see in being wrong an opportunity to be right. And can you see how all of that stacks together, not only to build your self-esteem because you think of yourself as a learner. You don't think of yourself as just needing to prove that you're smart. You're trying to prove to yourself that you work hard, that you learn. And in doing that and going out of your way to work hard to learn, you actually develop new skills, which then help you accomplish the goals you're trying to accomplish because you're gaining the skills that stand between you and those goals. And that's why, without a doubt, this is the most important book in the English language. Now, a quote from the book that I find just incredibly powerful and is something that you can put to use in your life immediately. Don't praise intelligence. Praise the process. That goes for you. It goes for your kids. If you mentor somebody, it goes for them. If you manage somebody, it goes for them as well. Don't tell people, oh man, you're so smart. That was such a smart idea, man. You're brilliant. It's super tempting because it feels really good when people say that. But instead say, dude, how hard did you have to work to come up with that idea? I really think that's going to work. That's amazing, man. You must have really busted your ass. Like the amount of effort that takes, because now you're building the psychological mechanism in their brain, this reward loop, where they feel good about having worked hard. They got rewarded for that. They want that feeling again. They want that praise again. To get that praise, they have to work hard, and working hard actually does deliver results. So now you're incentivizing behavior that actually delivers results. And getting people in that feedback loop is incredibly powerful. Now take the opposite. You don't praise the process. You praise intelligence. You say you're smart. Now what feedback loop do you create? Oh my gosh, you're so smart. Well done. They want that praise again. Now how do they get it? Do they get it by doing something that's easy? By something that's well within their abilities? Or do they get it by pursuing something that's hard, that challenges them, that might actually lead to being wrong, making mistakes, and failing? They get it by doing the easy thing. So you've incentivized this loop where they're going to do the easy thing. They're always going to sandbag it. They're going to do the simple thing, the easy thing. Versus the thing that's actually going to put them at risk. They're going to make mistakes, but they're going to learn from those mistakes, which they're not afraid of because they believe that their talent is something that they can grow, their intelligence can be developed, that they're going to get praised just for working hard, for being gritty, for grinding it out. And that's why this book is so important. So mad love to Carol Dweck for writing the single most important book in the English language. And I promise you, anybody reading this, watching this, however you get this information, once you go from having a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, your entire life will change. It took me from scrounging in my couch cushions trying to find enough change to put gas in my car to co-founding and running a company that's worth over $1 billion. All that changed was I changed my mindset. I stopped trying to be smart and I started trying to learn. I started trying to challenge myself and put myself in those hard situations. So take Carol's advice, focus on developing a growth mindset. Don't praise intelligence, praise the process, and watch out for what she calls the false growth mindset. Because there's times, because a growth mindset sounds good, it sounds positive, people are going to want to say, yeah, I have that. But the reality is, unless you're putting yourself actively and with joy into positions where you might make mistakes, but being willing to look for the lessons in those mistakes, being willing to stumble and fall and pick yourself back up, build your self-esteem around not being right, but identifying the right answer, growing, learning, all of the things that will actually put you in a position to gain the skills that you need to gain in order to succeed. So there it is, Kai. I hope that helps. And yeah, man, thank you again for all that you've done for me. Hopefully this helps you in some small way. All right, man. Peace out.